Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie. Pokemon has been a childhood staple for many a kid. However, given its beginnings in anime, there are a lot of moments that are significantly more questionable than most Western cartoons and video games. Let's go over some of the more adult moments in the show and games, both intentional and accidental. If you enjoy this, check out our video on the smartest characters in video games, but before you do that, get ready, it's time for the top 10 naughtiest moments in Pokemon. Number 10. Beauty and the Beach. As with pretty much every anime ever, Pokemon decided to have a beach episode and shoehorn in some sexy ladies in bikinis. But they did more than that, they included a sexy James in a bikini, with big ol' inflatable boobies. That's right. But you know the best part? The winner of the contest was Ash's mom. Apparently she, like Jesse's mom, has got it going on. Also, honorable mention goes to the old dude who stares at Misty's boobs and says, "You remind me of my granddaughter." Such a weird episode. Number 9. An acquired taste. Here's one from the show. One episode involves the gang finding a kid who was lost in the Safari Zone and ended up leading a group of Kangaskhan. The English version is pretty normal, but the same can't be said of the original Japanese version. In the Japanese scene, Misty notices that the kid is staring at her chest, asks what he's doing, and he replies, "Can I drink from your breasts?" And she doesn't like that very much. Number 8. That Girl's Skirt. The first theme song to the Pokemon show is rather different when comparing the original Japanese version to the English for Kids version. And as you can probably guess, the Japanese version is more sexual. Surprise of the millennium. You may have seen the random almost upskirt of some girl in the song and wondered why she's there. Well, with the original lyrics, it makes a lot more sense. The opening Japanese lyrics talking about where you can find Pokemon roughly translate to in fire, in water, in grass, in forests, in earth, in clouds, in that girl's skirt. Yeah. It's pretty weird, but at least it explains why she's there. Because PERVs. Speaking of PERVs, number 7. Grimer the Perv. As if you needed another reason to be creeped out by Grimer, it turns out his original photo in the trading card seemed to have him looking up a girl's skirt. As we saw in the last point, upskirt shots are pretty popular in anime, and I guess Grimer's into that shit too. Eyes forward, bud. Number 6. The Ferris wheel. Oh man, this one gives me the willies. In black and white, you can go on little Ferris wheel dates, and in the Japanese version, if you go on in the summer as a boy with the hiker, you get a pretty nasty conversation. The exchange goes as follows. "Ho ho, sure is humid. Like a sauna, boy, I tell you what. Ah, it's so hot. You're really sweating, boy. By the way, boy, you ever had a lover?" Then you get off, and he goes, "Man, that thing was way more hot and humid than I was expecting. But I think I've gotten to know you a little better, boy. You know?" Yep, he's going to prison. Number 5. SMEARGLE. Some of you guys may have seen this, but it's far too naughty to leave off, even if it is super messed up. SMEARGLE is a creepy looking painting Pokemon, and it turns out his creepy looks bleed into his moveset, because images circulated around a while back of a SMEARGLE with what could only be described as the moveset of a date rapist. Charm, Sleep Powder, Harden, Pound. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Hashtag Misty2. Number 4. PRIMAPE'S Iron Tail. Here's one from a game that I had never heard of until I was researching for this video, Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure. At one point you come across a Primeape who says, "I mastered Iron Tail without a tail." And you know what that means? Psst. It means he turns something else hard and smacks people with it. I honestly cannot tell if this was an intentional penis joke or just about how some Pokemon can learn the move even if they don't have tails, but I know what I want to be true, so I'll just assume it's on purpose. Number 3. This AMPHAROS moment. Yep, not really much else to say for this one. Looks like they're doing it. Makes me wonder though if having sex with a less evolved form would be like Poke-pedophilia. I sure hope not. Number 2. Oak gets too excited. Here's possibly the most classic dirty Pokemon moment out there, and it is absolutely hilarious. As you may know, after beating the Elite Four in certain Pokemon games, including the originals, Oak would come congratulate you. But apparently he's a little too happy for you because, in his words, he came when he heard you beat the Elite Four. Now, obviously this is totally innocent and only dirty if you want it to be, but I want it to be, because it's funny and I'm juvenile. Number 1. Where does she put her balls? In one game you come across a female swimmer and she says what we were all thinking, "If I'm wearing a bikini, where do I put my Pokeballs?" Teehee. Women's secret. Now, I'm not sure where exactly she puts them, be it above or below the waist, but it looks like she's A, putting them in her top like this, or B, well, you know what B is. I guess there's a C, but it's so close to B I think they count together. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more videos. And while you're down there, let me know your favorite Pokemon moment in the comment section down below. Or use one of the following stock comments. "The cringe is real. LOL, you're running out of ideas, eh? Wow, Ron is as clever as he is handsome. At least it isn't another Sonic video." Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Gaming. Later, gamers.